The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the August 9th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always, each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this, during this next 53 minutes, I am here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. Now, if you've got a question and you can't dial in, I've got your back. Send me an email. Send it off early and send that to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fabulous Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. We can begin our show with a mixed bag out there. The mix is coming from the Russell, the semis, and the trannies. They're trading to the downside off of $2.21 and 152. Otherwise, the other indices are trading to the upside. Dow's up 58, S&P 18, NASDAQ 153, New York Stock Exchange up 73, gold's up $5, silver's off 6 pennies. Natural gas is basically flat, with light sweet crude trading out at 76.59. That's up 40 cents. The 30-year Treasury up 27 ticks, printed at 122.27. Our leader in the clubhouse today is Eli Lilly, up $57, followed by ServiceNow at 17. On to Innovations up 16, Costco up 13, and Lam Research is up 10. Our shakers to the downside, ELF Beauty up $26, 14%. Asmil Holdings, $19, 2%. Nice Limited down 10%, $16. Insolent Corporation, $15, and 5.9 is off 11. So we got movers and we've got shakers. Let's begin our day. Let's just stay on this set of charts, this screen here for a moment. Let's take a look at, what do we want to look at? Let's look at that New York Stock Exchange, the Advanced Client Oscillator. Let's see where we're sitting here. Should be right in front of me. Why don't I see it? Here we go. And so still below zero. Pretty interesting. So the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Client Oscillator, that is panel number 3. That is the difference between the 19 and 39 period exponential moving average, the advanced decline line. When that level, that ratio gets to above zero, at least for 2 consecutive sessions, then that tells us that buyers are the ones in control. So the message from this chart is that sellers are still in control of the general markets. We know that spot volatility is trading lower. It is trading lower, and we are trading below yesterday's low. I would anticipate this is going to continue to move lower throughout the day. Its price target would be the 50-day exponential moving average. That's at 1710. If, in fact, it continues to move lower, we should see a further rally inside of the S&P 500. So let's go switch from here, and let's go take a look at what really transpired yesterday, because what transpired yesterday is important to what may take place today or the next several days out there. And that is that we've got Gartley buy patterns in both the ES. Well, let's just start with the NQ out here. Let's start with the NASDAQ, the NQ future contract, the NDX 100, the QQQ ETF, and the equal-weighted QQEW. Each of these have A to B equals CD patterns to the downside. And what we got yesterday inside the NQ was a nice bullish engulfing candle. That set up a Gartley buy pattern. Now, I'm going to get rid of the A to B equals CD lines. We don't need those in there anymore. We already know that it says buy the D point bottom. Here's the difference in the profile. So there was a profile that you and I looked at if you caught the opening of the 11 a.m. update, and that showed an NQ profile that where the bottom was at 18,534. The bottom on this chart, your lower left, is 17,587. So different sets of profiles. We're just simply going to have to navigate and use both pieces of information out there. For example, in case of the NQ, the center line is at 18,770. 18,720 is the oscillator and change line. So I'm going to say that that's where price wants to go, at least target out there. The center line is down at 18,297. So on this chart here for the NQ, that's the left-hand chart, that's a bullish structured profile. And that would suggest to move up to the top of that profile at 19,480. Now, I'm not in that camp just yet, not unless we get above that oscillator and change line. So the next step to the upside ought to be 18,723. In the case of the NDX 100, the cash index, that level is going to be 18,621. Now, we're trading above in the NDX 100. We're trading above yesterday's high out there. That's bullish. The same for the Qs. The Qs target should be the 453 level. Pricing it above that, there is no new profile in the ETF, and that would then suggest a run up to the bottom of the existing profile at 458. And inside, if we take a look at the QQEW, and this is important for us to pay attention to, we want to see what its message is. And yesterday was a confirmed Gartley buy pattern as well. Its price target should be the 118.25 level. There is a new profile that did form yesterday. That is above price. So if we get above 118.25, we should see move up to 119.50. That's what's going on inside the NASDAQ environment. Let's go take a look at what's going on inside the S&P environment. That's not what's going to pop up first. We'll get that popped up here by going to this panel. And here you've got the S&P 500 left-hand side. I've already moved the A to B equals CD lines for all four of these time frames. They also confirmed Gartley buy patterns yesterday. So the S&P 500 cash index, its price target 53.71. The ES mini, its price target 53.97. Now this is trading with inside a new profile, and the top of that profile is at 54.08. So I believe it'd be about the 54.08, 53.97 is going to be that price target to the upside. So those of you looking to take perhaps a swing trade to the downside inside the ES mini, my suggestion is wait for that 54.08 level. In the case of the SPY, the number that we're taking a look at, well, right now the SPY is running into resistance. That is the top of its profile. That's at 532.57. If, in fact, we can get a close above 532.57, we move up to 535 and change out there at 535.48 right now. In the case of the equal-weighted ETF also, now the equal-weighted ETF here has just been trading with inside its profile. It should make a move up to the top of that profile, and that's at the 167.44 level. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the S&P 500 complex out there. We're going to go to a break here in about 30 seconds, then we'll go to a call in Texas. But before we do that, let's see what pops up here. Let's take a look at Goldilocks and silver. Silver confirmed a buy the D point pattern yesterday, and it did that. It did that with a bullish engulfing candle. So right now, the key level for silver is going to be at the 27.84 level. If price can close above that, you'll have a battle of 28.21 and then 29.35. On a weekly time frame chart, we can see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top found support at the top of its profile, 27.08 out there. So that's a bullish signal out here. And in case in the GDX, although I don't have any kind of a bottoming pattern on the daily time frame, price did pull back to its buy zone on the weekly time frame, 33.50 to 34.15. Folks, when we get back from this break, we're going to take a look at Novavax with Paul in Texas.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Texas and speak with Paul. Paul, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. What part of Texas are you in? Big state.
Right now it's that Farmers Branch.
Cool. No, I'm not familiar with that. Where is that? Central part? Is it?
Well, that's the Dallas areas.
Oh, Dallas. Okay.
Dallas is about 20 something miles away, I guess.
Cool. Is it a hot summer this year?
Oh yeah. Yesterday was 103, 105, I guess.
Ouch. Ooh,
yeah.
That is hot. You got to leave the windows open when you leave your car outside in the sun. So I know you want to take a look at Novavax. NVAX is the ticker symbol, folks out there. Tell the folks what you're doing and how I can best help you.
Yeah, I think I called there before and asked for an entrance point. I'm looking for an entrance point to maybe go and do some kind of a go long or strength swing trade or something.
Sure. Okay. So, is there any area that you were looking at? Do you do any technical analysis yourself, or nothing for me to pay attention to that you're looking at?
I think what was mentioned to me was support level around between 8 and 9 or something like that, and then resistance was like around 22. So I was looking to see if this would possibly be an entrance point, because it did dip on one of the days, like to 934, yes. I believe.
Yeah, I got down
back up 68. So I'm just I don't know. I think I missed the opportunity, at least when it dipped.
Well, maybe not. Let me share with what I see at the moment, which is if you take a look at yesterday, what yesterday triggered, and it got down to a low yesterday of 887. What yesterday triggered was bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Now, the importance today is you'll get a confirmed TD9 count if, in fact, Novavax closes below 1138. We're at 1164 right now. So if it closes above 1138, then the pattern, the TD9 count, which I've referenced, will go away and you will not have a bottoming pattern. The only pattern that you would then have that's left over is if you look at my chart on the left-hand side, the daily time frame, May 10th, this instrument gapped up with 170 million shares. So you've got quite a large gap here because the bottom of that gap, and this is the high of the day before, is up at 455. The ideal buy would be for price to pull back into that level again being around the 455 area. And so right now, because this is likely, I don't know whether it's going to form a TD9 count or not. So what I'd ask you to do, Paul, because I probably won't remember, is on Monday, if you're listening to the show, Monday or Tuesday, call back in and I can at least confirm that for you. Well, you can confirm it for yourself. Any close below 1138, you're going to get a TD9 count bottom. And that would then give you a reason to enter a trade here. What I would then do is my stop would be, and it would be a close below the low of yesterday. So you have to take a look at the risk reward. The stop would have to be, it doesn't have to be, I would put the stop below, somewhere below 8, I closed below 887. And the reason there is because it would negate the signal, the reason that we got into the trade. And then I'd probably wait for that 445-ish level. And here's how you could get down there. There is already a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. However, even though we've got, and I'm going to simply copy and paste that, and we'll see that we'll get down towards that gap level out here. So when we put that in, there's your A to B, and there's your C to D, and I'll move this chart over just a tad. So you can see it gets us towards filling that entire gap out there. So if you don't get a confirmed TD9 count bottom pattern today, I would more be inclined right now to wait for price to get down into that much lower area out there. When I look at the weekly time frame chart, we're just consolidating with inside its profiles. It has supported about 789 out there. When I look at the monthly chart, it actually looks pretty good. So 1138 is the number for you to watch today. You've got a hankering to take a long position here. I'd say if you get a close below that, you could absolutely fire away. What would be your price targets to the upside? I would say the price target to the upside would be about 1787, and 1787 is the top of that profile. Any questions about what I've shared with you so far?
No, I think it's pretty much straightforward.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I like that. So, yeah, so you would definitely have a pattern today if you get that close below 1138. And if you don't, then I think it's time to just be a little bit more patient on this and see if we get that full A to B equals CD pattern to the downside and actually fill that gap. And if we do that, that might be just a great trade for you. Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's it for now. I appreciate it.
You bet. Well, Paul, have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend, and we'll look forward to speaking with you again. That was Novavax that we were taking a look at. We got another request out here, folks. Let's go to that. That is from Hector and Patty. And Hector and Patty want to take a look at Southern Copper. SCCO is the ticker symbol. And the question is, did this confirm a buy the D point pattern? And the answer is it did. It did that yesterday. Much like when we took a look at, so you can see the A to B, C to D lines drawn. It's made a little bit more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern out there. Yesterday's candle, much like we took a look at on the ES, on the S&P, cash, on the SPY, on the Qs, on the NQs, on the NDX 100, they formed either bullish engulfing candles or bull sash candles. So that confirmed that buy the D point pattern. Now what you guys are looking at, Patty and Hector, you're looking for price to close above the Saucer and change line. If it can close above it, yesterday the close was basically on it. Right now we're trading just below it. What is it? It is 99.98. Let's just make it 100 even out there. So if you get it close above $100, then what should happen is we should rally up towards 104.31, maybe 108.67. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, has tested and rejected the bottom of its weekly profile, 95.75. So that's pulled back to a level of support. And the monthly chart is testing the top of its monthly profile. That is now acting as a level of support. So you got reasons here. But Hector and Patty, I did a little bit more for you. What I did was I went ahead and put together a chart that took a look at SCCO, which is on the top, and on the bottom is high-grade copper. what you and I know, what each of us know. In fact, you can just take a look at the chart here, and you can see the directional correlation that exists. So what did we get? What's taking place in high-grade copper today? Turns out, so here you can see that bull sash candle from yesterday. Let me get my cursor out here. So that's that confirmed by the D-point pattern. Turns out there's a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Let me just pull this back just a tad farther here. And you may get a three-river morning star pattern inside of high-grade copper. And if we get that, then we should see a rally. Now there's resistance at 4.08, 4.17, 4.30. But here at least you would have matching bottoms. I'm assuming that the email you sent was because you're looking at potentially taking a long position here. So what you'd really love to see is high-grade copper go ahead and form that three-river morning star at day's end. And then if you do that, and on the daily basis, Southern Copper close above that red oscillator and change on, I would say you've got some action to the upside. So Hector and Patty, I hope that helped you out with regard to that. As always, thanks so much for writing in. And yes, you nailed that A to B equals CD pattern. Joe D wants to take a look at CSEE out here. So we're going to do that as soon as we come back from this break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We got the Dow trading up 47 points, the S&P 13, NASDAQ 100's up 30, and the Russell's down 2.5. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry Pesavento Friday, July 12th and Friday, July 26th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time for 3 hours of live trading. For this month only, use promo code LarryJuly24 at checkout to save $50 on your first month subscription. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at that ticker symbol SCE. This is Sealed Air Corpus for Joe D inside the Tiger's Den. And this formed a new profile yesterday, Joe, and price is trading below that today, 34.54. It's trading below red oscillator and change line, so that's a bearish message. If you're asking Stevie, where's this headed to next? Well, it's really trading into its buy zone on the weekly time frame. That's between 31.79 and 32.55. And on a monthly basis, you've got support at 30.49. So let's open up the daily chart, see if we've got a, so it looks like we're getting a TD9 count bottom that is going to fail. You're going to form a new A to B equals CD pattern on the downside. 2.5 million shares is taking out a swing that had 1.7. So that's already been confirmed. So let's take a look at this, Joe. The A to B equals CD pattern is going to take us down to approximately, I'm not going to be dead on balls accurate here, but well, it's going to take us back to that TD9 count breakout level. So this is targeting 31.23 when we take a look at the daily time frame out here for SEE. Let's see if there's anything else that we can identify. Really nothing else. So that would take us, does that take us below that 31.71? Yeah, it's going to be real close. So this looks like it's headed to between around 31.23 to 31.71 out there. Watch the volume as price is moving back. Look for patterns. Look for a bullish reversal candle to confirm the daily by the D point, Gartley buy pattern out there. That's what I'd be looking at. But at this stage here, that 31.23, 31.77. 31.71 area is the likely price target. So let me know if there's anything else that you need. Otherwise, thanks for your request and have a wonderful weekend out there. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. This is for Eddie in Boca Raton. So Eddie, you know what I don't have out here in NVIDIA is any kind of a bottom pattern or signal at the moment. What we do have is we have price trading below its red oscillator and change line. That means we have a falling price oscillator below zero. Those are bearish conditions. Period, sort of period. And we have price trading below the bottom of its bullish structured profile. So everything here is pointing to NVIDIA wanting to trade lower. If it does rally, though, Eddie, the area that you'd be watching where a counter trend move would end is at 111.40. Could be 109.19, could be between that area out there, but 111.40 would be the number. If price were to close above 111.40, then I could tell you that even though I don't have a bottom, it bottomed, and that this is more than a counter trend move, and you'd get a move up to 118.05. That's not the message of the market right now. You can see that price has been below the oscillator and change line on a daily basis ever since July 10th. So for a full solid month out there, that's really what you need to see price close above in order for this to get its mojo. We look at the weekly time frame chart, which has that TD9 count Rhodes momentum indicator top, with price also below profile. That's suggesting we could easily see a move down to 81.25. Now, the only place where this, in these NVIDIA charts, we definitely have different messages for different time frames out here. So we got to try to figure out which one is controlling it. For example, on the monthly time frame chart, beautiful TD9 count top, that's actually completing this month. But what we've also seen as prices move down, tested and rejected that key level of support, 91.84. If we take a look at this, other than a short-term trade, I would pose this question to you, Eddie, on a monthly time frame. Would you ever be short NVIDIA with price being above that oscillator and change line, especially a green one? A green one tells us we have a rising price oscillator. It tells us we have a price oscillator that's above zero. When price is above it, tells us we have a rising price oscillator above zero. Bullish conditions. So the monthly chart here, how do you read that? I go back and say the monthly is neutral. The weekly is not neutral and suggests a move back towards that 81.25 level, but we know 91.85 is holding. So what do we do here with NVIDIA? The daily says it's got more work to the downside. If we get a bullish reversal candle, then you'd have a confirmed buy the D point pattern. But we don't have that. So at this stage here, I think we just have a counter trend move that's been going on inside of NVIDIA. Eddie, I hope that I can get you maybe a more clear picture. We take a look at the charts for Apple. I don't know if that's the case or not, but let's go take a look at Apple. In the case of Apple, it's got that A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. No bullish reversal candle. Price trading into the gap. Now, there is a new profile that is formed yesterday. and price is trying to get back inside that profile, which would be at 213.76 out there. If that, in fact, can happen, you get a close above 213.76, Apple would or should go target the 219.68 level. That happens to be the price area where both its green oscillator and change line and the center of its daily profile is. If you would get a close above those two levels, then that would tell us that Apple wants to make the move to 225.60. If your question is, Stevie, do you have a bottom pattern on the daily time frame? My answer to that would be no. If we look at the weekly time frame, the weekly shows that price pulled back and tested and rejected support, which was at 201.17. The oscillator and change line is green. Price is trading above it, just by a smidgen. Price is trading above the center of its profile. But it closed today above 215.15. Don't quote me right to the penny out there. The weekly chart is going to say I want to rally further. Now its price target would be 228. But 219, that 219.68 would be the next area out there. So it does look like to me, depending on today's close for Apple, that if it does close above these areas that we discussed, we should see a further move higher. On a monthly time frame, price is pulled back. It's tested the top of its profile. It says its green oscillator and change line. It still remains bullish out there on a monthly time frame. So Apple is a clearer chart to read than NVIDIA out there. So Eddie, good to hear from you. I hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for your request. I didn't get a chance to punch this one in. We're going to do that right now. And it's for PBI is the ticker symbol out there. And this is for Peak G inside the Tiger's Den. And this is Pitney Bowes. Boy, a long time since I've seen Pitney Bowes out here. So we do take a look at Pitney Bowes. You had a nice rally this morning. And where it ran into resistance here, Peak, is at its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. And that was at $7.21 out there. It's still trading with inside its daily profile, so resistance is also at 664. What else can we say about Pitney Bowes? Let me open up the daily chart, see what else we're working with here. So I can see the A to B equals CD, so I just got to sell the D point top right here. So if Pitney Bowes could close above the high of July 18th, that is 727. It would negate the sell the D point pattern, and you would likely further its rally out there. Right now, I'd say it's a consolidation. We know we're going to call that real strong resistance level around the 721 area. We look at the weekly time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart may have a sell the D point pattern as well. And it most certainly does. It was this bullish shooting star candle back on July 19th. Probably the same high, which is at 727. So if price were to close above that, that would negate a sell the D point top, and that would tell us we're headed higher. We are just consolidating with inside its profile. 568 is support, 674 being resistance. That's the weekly time frame chart. Sell the D point. Daily, sell the D point. On a monthly time frame, monthly looks very good. Looks like it wants to go target 820. So, we won't get to 820 peak unless we take out those sell the D point tops on both the daily and the weekly time frame. So right now, I've just got to go with prices just simply consolidating. It would change that picture if we close below 620 out there, but just a consolidation on the daily at this moment in time. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Still a mixed bag out there. Dow's off 17, S&P's up 5, NASDAQ is basically flat, Russell's off 7. Let's cool down. I assume we can cool down by going out to Boulder, Colorado, and speaking with Roger. Roger, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today, this morning?
Oh, wonderful. We definitely cooled down about 30 degrees compared to
30
a couple of days ago, right?
Oh, my goodness.
So we're at about 65 now. So
okay.
It is cooled down quite a bit.
Well, at 65, I put my heat on in the house when it gets just below 70. So I know. Right. Stevie the weenie. I got it. Right. Thick skin, but thin blood. Yeah. So, Roger, you want to take a look at Qualcomm. Tell the folks what you're doing, how I can best help you.
Well, I am in Qualcomm, and I was looking at the charts, and yes. It seems to me there are like 3 different categories. One that has reached the bottom. The other one, like Qualcomm, I actually want to get your opinion. I'm in it, and I was thinking adding some more. And then and some they haven't really reached the bottom, like what you mentioned about you looked at NVIDIA. So yes. There are 3 different patterns. And I would like to see your opinion on Qualcomm.
Sure.
And then, if it is okay, one observation about the Apple. Why has Apple hit the bottom? Because it hit on Monday. It closed at 196 even. Ended with a whole number.
Yeah, you're talking Apple. There?
Correct. Because, you went through Apple and NVIDIA.
I did, yeah.
And they have, you mentioned also that watch for some support levels.
Sure. Well, in the case of Qualcomm, you're absolutely right. There are a couple different bottoming signals. We take a look at the daily time frame. And those bottoming signals, folks, what Roger's looking at here is the swing point from April 19th. That's a swing low that was tested. So this has volume of 10 million shares, a little over 10 million. Now, price tested and rejected it with volume, did it with 12 million shares on the trading day of August the 5th. Yesterday was a test and rejection of that swing point, the top of that swing point on light volume. Yesterday was 9.5 million shares, and again, that swing point had volume of 10.2. So if one of the first things I learned from Tom, from Obi-Wan Kenobi, was that if you test a swing point, you do it with lighter volume, a test and rejection, it signals that you can't, price is no longer going to bust it down. It would try to bust to the upside. What I've got on my charts out here are several different tools that help us identify where that upside might be. And that first upside is the oscillator and change line. And that's what price basically has done this morning. Right now, Roger, that number's at 164.95. That number's going to change a little bit to the up or the downside, but let's just call it 165, even Steven. Yesterday was a bull sash candle. The importance of yesterday's candle was the market was stretched, Qualcomm was stretched, and it formed a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Yesterday's bull sash confirmed that pattern, much like the top. The top out here was confirmed with the Rhodes. It was a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It was a three-river evening star. It was a gap to the downside. And once price got below that oscillator and change line, said, hey, we'll get down to test profile support, maybe more. And obviously this has turned out to be maybe more. So the opposite is now in effect out here. We can see that this oscillator and change line has acted as resistance since that top was put in on June 20th. So the first level, since you're already in a position here, the first level that if price, so you've got a bottom pattern, but price must close above that red oscillator and change line in order for there potentially to be any upside traction. Let's assume we get that signal. Again, it closed above 165. If you get that, then your next battle is going to be at 170.14. If price can clear out that group of sellers at 176.39, and if price can clear out that group, then we're looking at 182.64. So it's kind of a progression, if you're like the Tom Brady of quarterbacks, taking a look at Qualcomm on the daily chart, that's what you would be watching for there. Any questions about the daily chart before I take a look at the weekly or the monthly?
No, that's very clear. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So when we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, last week was a close below the bottom of its bullish structured profile. That was the first week below that. If we close today above 162.45, it's a suggestion that last week close below support was a false move to the downside, which is what you'd like to see. That complements what you and I just reviewed on the daily time frame chart. Still, that being said, we must see a close above that red oscillator and change line on the daily time frame. And finally, when we take a look at the monthly time frame chart, although I don't have a topping pattern, we do have price that had pulled back, and it's trading with inside a fairly decent-sized profile. Now, what price did this week is it pulled back into its buy zone. And the buy zone ranged from 138 to 158. So, pretty wide range out there. And so I just see a consolidation with inside the profile. So we'll kind of put the monthly chart and put it off to the side and say, kind of a neutral signal. No reason for us to worry about what that is communicating. So it gets back to that 165 level. If you get it close above that, then price should go start taking on those other battles that you and I discussed earlier. What additional information can I provide to you?
No, that's very clear. That's very clear. I'm going to hold on a little bit and watch it.
Okay.
Before
perfect.
I should add some more.
Excellent.
The other question I have, if you have time, I know you're running out of time, but
that's okay. Go ahead.
Time, it would be ARM holding. That would be interesting too.
Sure. Let's pull up ARM Holdings. It'll take just a moment for this to populate. Now, in the case of ARM Holdings, 4 days ago, 4 days ago, it went ahead and formed a TD9 count bottom. And that TD9 count bottom, it's got a nice wide profile. It's a bullish structured profile. The buy zone was between 102.55 and 108.43. It tested that 108.43 level yesterday. What price should do now with that TD9 count is its next stop should be the oscillator and change line, roughly in the 127.30 level. That's going to be your next level of resistance. We can also see that price has been below that oscillator and change line ever since July 10th out there. So basically a month. If price can close above that oscillator and change line, then you've got some real action inside of ARM Holdings. And that action should then take you up to the 149.63 level. That is the top of its daily profile. The weekly chart, which has a TD9 count top, found support at its breakout area this week and last week at 108.69. So ARM Holdings is definitely a buy. What I can't tell you, risk reward, is what's going to happen as price gets up to that 127.29 level. And I can't guarantee that that's going to happen, but that's what the charts are communicating to you and I at 11:49 on August the 9th out there. Any additional questions about ARM Holdings?
No, actually, it's very clear. I'm in both of those. So
good. Okay. Good. Now,
thank you so much for all your help you do for us. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate all your help.
My pleasure, and I appreciate you calling in. And enjoy that 60-degree weather in Boulder.
Thanks so much. Have a wonderful weekend.
You bet. Take care. That was Roger in Boulder, Colorado. I don't think I have any other requests. Let me just a quick peek inside the. If you get a chance, you can do BHP. So let's go ahead and put up BHP. This is for McGuppy inside the Tiger's Den. You can look at it for long-term entry. Broke through support at 54. Does it get down to 46? Or does it rally from here? We're going to try to answer those questions when we get back from this break. BHP, Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We got the charts for BHP up on my screen out here, and we can see a daily and a weekly A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Now, the weekly is the one we're going to focus on here first, because it is passing this week, last week, passing the B point, which was the low of May 3rd that had 12 million shares with volume. So you've got a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the downside, McGuppy. That would take us down towards the 48 level. If you look at the monthly chart, you can see the buy zone on a monthly basis between 49.33 and 54 and change out there. So that kind of ties into headed lower. Now, if you did get a bullish reversal candle on the daily time frame chart, that would confirm a by the D point pattern. So what's going on here when we take a look at BHP at the moment? I would say more likely than not, what we're looking at is just your normal 2-day rally, 2 consecutive bars to the upside out here. Not that it can't do more, but that would be your typical move to the upside. So I would say I'd favor that today may be the high of the pattern, and then price continues to move lower because of these A to B equals CD patterns. What we also can look at here, McGuppy, is we can look at the seasonal pattern, just so you understand how this is traded over its 38-year history out here. So we can see that it typically tops in the July timeframe out there and basically moves lower into November 20th out there. So you're looking for a long-term entry out there. What I would suggest then is waiting on the weekly chart, unless something takes place on that daily chart and that really starts changing the weekly chart out here. But I'd wait for, since you're looking for a longer-term entry point, I'd wait for the weekly chart to see if that can complete that A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. There was a question to take a look at the Dow Diamonds from Perry Mack, who wants to take a look at the 30-minute chart and is looking for a TD9 count. I do not have any kind of count that's going on the 30-minute chart here for the Dow Diamonds. You're seeing that. Take a snapshot of that. But let's go take a look at what's going on in the YM. Let's see if I can get over to that here quickly. And is that right here? No, I think it's right here. Let me see if I can get that. Shoot, wrong spot for me to go. But I'm gonna solve that right here. We're gonna change this to a daily time frame, a 30-minute time frame, real quickly here before we go off the air. And here on the Dow Equity Future Contract, only Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. No TD9 counts for you to worry about, Perry. Folks, have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Be safe out there. Take care.